I'm Laura Harris, and I am so thankful to be here today because I get to introduce you to a dear friend of mine and somebody who I think is truly an angel walking this earth. This is Piet Van Waarde, and I say you're an angel walking this earth, Piet, because many people who have your story would have given up on life a long time ago. Your personal story, your medical story, just the history that you have in this life, I don't know if I could have done half of what you did. And somehow you've kept the faith the entire time.
Never imagined becoming a pastor until I had my own life crash. And before we went on the air here, we were talking a little bit about messy youths. And that was certainly mine. And it took me getting to the end of my rope to cry out for help. I had tried a lot of other things to try and sort out my life. And I had a brother who was a very devout Christian who kept telling me, you know, you gotta get your life sorted out with God.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is not the answer.
I'm good on that.
I do not want to do that. You know, most people, when they talk about their faith journey, and particularly, let's say they want to do something pastoral, they'll talk about like some lightning bolt that came, and I felt called to do this. And I never had that experience. For me, it was much more cerebral. It was like, if God can do this in my life, because it was a radical transformation. I was into drugs. I was into all kinds of stuff. I had been arrested. I mean, it was just like...
Breaking news? Pete, I didn't know this. I always knew that you were like a troubled youth. Who wasn't? Oh, you were doing the thing.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
You were doing all the things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because, again, I think people, especially in the Christian community, they're just looking for real.
That's it.
They're just looking for people who, like, how can you have faith and do life as it's really happening and have your good days and bad days, and how do you do that with faith?
You have decided that it's now your mission, even though 6 years ago, before you were diagnosed with cancer, you didn't even know that was going to be your mission in 6 years. So now that you're here, I just see the joy in your face to be able to be that blessing to others who are dealing with what you and your family were dealing with.
Yeah, well, I think I have to say, and this might sound odd at first, but I have to say it's almost selfish for me to do it because it's part of how I see God redeeming the struggle. If you're watching and you're struggling, I just want you to know two things. You are not alone. There is a God who cares about you. It doesn't matter if you've had previous experiences with church or religious people. That is not who you need to focus on. God is with you. He is for you. And he's walking with you whether or not you realize it. And then secondly, if you need some encouragement and support, particularly in the case of cancer, or if you have a loved one who's dealing with cancer, you might need a pastor. Not somebody who's a preacher, not somebody who's going to tell you what you shouldn't do or do. But if you need somebody who will walk with you, I hope you'll reach out because I'd love to do that.